Hi, my name is Michele Hendrickson. And do I say anything about Students for Life? I already blew it.
No.
Okay. So for my background for why I'm pro-life, or kind of what convinced me, what was my moment, when I was 15 years old, people were just kind of talking about what was abortion, and it actually came up in speech class because we were talking about debating it in speech, and I didn't even really understand what that even was. So I went home and I did some research about abortion, and I don't think I'm that old. I'm not saying I'm old, but back when I was 15, I'd say I Googled what abortion was, but Google wasn't actually a thing. So I asked Jeeves what abortion was. He was this butler guy that you would ask questions to. So I asked Jeeves what abortion was. But unlike Google, Jeeves didn't really filter the results for you. You just kind of got slammed with all this information. And so one of the things that came up was like pictures of what abortion was. At just 15 years old, seeing what abortion was, and that just slammed me. Like, I couldn't believe it. And this was before I was a Christian or had any kind of like faith tradition. I just saw it and I knew, like, that's wrong. Like, that's a thing. That's what we're debating. There's another possible side to this. Like, blew my mind that anybody would ever be like voluntarily on the pro-abortion side. So that was just very clear to me when I asked Jeeves what abortion was. So I went in and I did my speech, and I from that point on, I would say I was proudly pro-life. You asked me a question, I would say, yeah, of course I'm pro-life, but I didn't really know what to do about it, so I didn't become really activist-y. Is that a word? It is now. I didn't really become an activist in it, in pro-life events then. In fact, not even until way after college. So in my adult life, I just had some other pro-life friends who kept inviting me to things. So I went to school to be an elementary school teacher, and I did that for about 6 years. And some other pro-life friends of mine kept inviting me to things like marches or conferences, and finally I said yes, and I went to a local March for Life, and at that March for Life, I actually saw the Rock for Life booth. All these loud kind of t-shirts definitely resonated with me, something that I would totally sign up for. I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks really cool. I want to design a t-shirt. I want to go around and sell Rock for Life t-shirts. I guess in another life, I would have done that. I'm an elementary school teacher now. I have a kid. I probably can't do that. I probably can't have time for that. And what the Rock for Life person told me, what Eric told me was, what are you talking about? Do it now. Like, I have an event next month. Come to an event with me. Okay, so I did. And I went and I tabled, and then I loved it. And I started doing more and more, and I couldn't get enough. And it finally came to a point where like my life didn't have any more space in it, and I had to take something out in order to do more pro-life work. And the only thing left to take out was my job, was my teaching career. And long story short, I did that, and I made the jump. Just kind of left my teaching career behind. I loved it. I love teaching. I taught 3rd grade. But this was just so much more to me. And it was exciting to see that there was this bigger, broader pro-life movement out there that needed people to be part of it, that needed volunteers, that needed people full-time. So it was very encouraging to me to just see the world of the pro-life movement that's out there and to become an official part of it.
I'm Michele, and I'm the pro-life generation.
Oh, and I'm Michele, and I am the pro-life generation. Okay.